So today's topic is recursion. That is also a very big topic, which is very important for your exams. So first of all, what is recursion? We have to understand. Recursion is a process when function call itself. So if a function is calling itself again and again, then that thing is become recursion. Clear? Any doubt? Now, what is the difference between recursion and loop? So loop is there. You know that something condition is there. So whenever a thing is in the loop, that is also in the form of recursion, we can say that. Why? Because that code is run many times. But when the condition is false, loop becomes end. Okay. Now, taking the example of recursion, recursion is something different. Why? Because there is a function which call itself. And whenever a thing is called itself, it becomes infinite times. For that reason, we have to make some conditions. So when that condition is there, the recursion thing is also stopped. Clear? Now, moving on to the next one, that is how can we start infinite condition on the recursion in Java? So there are two things. First thing is base condition, and the other thing is recursion call. So what is the base condition? So specify inside if the condition were to stop the recursion function. So base condition is something where if condition is there or stopping the recursive function, you can say that. And the second one is recursion call. So proper recursion call is there. Whenever function is calling itself, it's become recursion. So call or recursion function, we can call a recursion function in two ways. First one is direct recursion call, and the second one is indirect recursion call. So when we are going to discuss direct recursion call, we have to understand how the function works. Okay? So just understand how the function works, then you can easily understand all these things. Now, see the example, return type method name, logic for application method name, and recursive call. Clear? So method name, both method name are same. There is a return type for that method also. If a function call itself as the definition says, so return type method name, and method name is also called inside the direct recursion call. Now what is the method of indirect recursion call, or you can say that mutual recursion call? So for that reason, when we call a method from another method and another method called the first method, so that becomes indirect recursion call. The first one calls second one and the second one calls the first one. That becomes indirect recursion call or mutual recursion call. Clear? So see the example. First indirect recursive, there is a logic, and second indirect recursive call is there. And when the second indirect recursive function is called or made, first indirect recursive function is called. So both are mutually recursive functions. In all programs, whenever we have seen in our books, that is just direct recursive functions. Okay, so don't try to understand second one. It is very easy, but if you don't understand second one, just understand first one. Clear? So that is a topic of recursion. Recursion program should be there in the maybe in the next some videos. I will discuss all about these recursive programs also. Thank you everyone.